If you have taken a side, you are already part of the problem. I'll say that again, because it may be challenging to hear. If you have taken a side, you are already part of the problem. So welcome to today's Greater Life CoffeeCast. And today is where our CoffeeCast diverges from the theme we would normally be speaking about. Because in the world of entrepreneurship, in the world of serving your customers to the greatest possible extent, actually, taking a side is really important, typically. Niching down, being really specific about the pains and the problems you are solving, really connecting on an emotional level with a specific person so that they know, out of all the noise and craziness of the social media world, that you are speaking directly to them. That you have a level of love for them and a desire to serve them that is unlike anyone else in the marketplace, and therefore they can choose you. So, when it comes to entrepreneurship, yes, take a side. But as you may be seeing in the world today, right now as I record this, the BBC, even on the BBC Sport, is reporting that Hamas has killed 1,200 people and Israel has killed 1,100 people. So, like in almost like weird sporting terms, it's like Hamas is winning 100 dead bodies to 0. And if you are taking sides here, in this context, you're already part of the problem. Because we need only look to the past to know just how profoundly our attention and therefore our demands for action can be co-opted. The war in Iraq. 1 million dead, innocent civilians. That we now know had nothing to do with weapons of mass destruction. And yet that was all we heard in the build-up to the invasion, in the build-up to the occupation, in the build-up to the colonization and the stripping of resources. Let's call it what it is and was. And so, to think that the same people who perpetrated that, to think that the same people who perpetrated the various coups in South America are doing anything different on this occasion, well, it's possible, but it would be folly to assume so. And equally, to assume that all those who are fighting against are innocent and victims and justified in their hatred and in their violence would equally be folly. For either side that is choosing violence, for either side that is choosing murder, this is an old pattern and an old playbook, and one that we as a species can ill afford to keep repeating. So if you are choosing sides, if you are celebrating the death of one group of people and the victory of another group of people, you are already part of the problem. You are already part of perpetuating a cycle of pain and hurt and misery and suffering that at some point, if we choose to perpetuate it, will come to our doorstep, will come to our children and our grandchildren. And so if you are listening to this and you are enterprising and over 50, here is our invitation to be a part of a more loving solution, a more loving world. To be part of a generation that recognises how we've operated in the past cannot support us to sustain a profitable, powerful and peaceful future. So, what can be done? To choose love, to vocally stand for love, for peace, for kindness. And it can be challenging. All of the ways in which our spiritual beliefs may be bound up in what's going on. All of the ways in which our cultural, our religious, our familial patterns and habits may be bound up. But no one said this was going to be easy. We simply said, this is the work that must be done. This is the great love that must be embodied. And I know that if you are listening to this, you are part of the solution. I know there is some deep calling in you, some deep knowing that knows this cycle of violence, this blame, this hatred, that we as beings, as a species, are so much better than this. That when we strip everything else away, there is such incredible beauty, such incredible power, such incredible love that we as people, as communities, as families are capable of. So can we choose to embody that? Can we choose to step towards that? Even if we don't know the end result, even if we don't know every step along the way, every stone upon the path, if we can see the right direction, if we can come into our hearts and know that that is the one thing I can do today. Well, please, can we do that today? For me, it was making this podcast. Knowing that it may piss some people off. Knowing that it may be wildly unpopular to state that if you have chosen a side, you are already part of the problem. But that's the love that I can't not share. What's yours today? As you come into your heart, what is the love that you can't not share? And our invitation for you as a member of the greater generation, share that love, be that love. And from there to trust that the more of us that can be the love we feel called to share, that will be enough. Thank you. Have a great day.